How would you like to experience the thrill of never being held accountable for your actions? You could crush people like ants without consequence, or tear off their heads. Believe me, such a life is but one small step away.
What point is he trying to make? Freedom? But the freedom to... Why would you offer me that?
The creation of a world is the ultimate scientific experiment. I have taken my research to the highest level, where I shall be not just a god, but also a servant to many sacred... A god's laboratory is the perfect playground. But it needs the right occupant to Mortals are found everywhere one looks. Not so with Descenders. I'd prefer my first guest to be a distinguished individual such as yourself. And I know you could make the most of the...
So the condition for entering the new world is to take innocent lives. In the same dilemma that Rerir once faced. Could I really bring myself to kill others for my own benefit? Rerir did.
Have you made up your mind?
I can't do... Your playground is no place for me. You're putting your hopes in the wrong person. But we both know I'm not quite the hero you say I am either. I have my own...
You've grown a lot since we last met. But there are still things you are unwilling to compromise on. This will only hinder you. Why don't I lower my requirements a little as a gesture of goodwill? I'll give you a little time to learn to be a less noble soul. That'll make things much easier.
I really doubt I could live that sort of life.
And yet you already sound less defiant than a moment ago. The benefits appeal to you because you can read the signs of the times. Why don't we return to my research facility? Your last visit was so rushed. There is... Now to that question,
Heroes don't attack from behind. Guess I'm no hero.
This is most disappointing. Now then. A new face. Interesting.
You're still gonna call me Hack Guy after that, huh? I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving. It's nothing. I'll be fine. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your rescue? I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Now we're even. Distracting Dotori was tough. I won't lie. He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was my one shot. Ugh. I never wanted to obliterate. Dotori doesn't recognize me. But his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operation. I expect it's only a matter of time before he figures out what I am.
So Dotori doesn't recognize Wanderer because he deleted himself from Irmin's soul. Did he really miss his only chance for revenge by saving—
Why the long face? Hey, I'm not blaming you, okay? And I'm not complaining either. Rescuing you and killing Dotori are equally important goals. Everyone would be pretty stuck without you. It's best you—
How are you holding up? Are you all right? Hat guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could after leaving the energy field, and oh—
You don't look injured. It seems that Dotori didn't do anything to you.
All right. Rescue operation complete. There's a lot more work to be done before this is over.
Understood. I will bear the Sarit's. I don't see what's so awesome about it, though. Does he really—
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. That alchemist Albedo gave me a few ideas. Remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nachtschützenkreuz Institute. Alain Guilton despised René's theories and methods, but he never managed to come up with better alternatives either.
I thought Alain was like a father to you. He and René were mortal enemies, were they?
And what would you say if Linny and his friends one day learned something useful from someone—
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have surpassed me.
For all we know, Alain Guilton might have thought the same thing. Not that it matters, though. He's dead. Once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life. Only the living get to decide what happens next.
Hey, come on out. They're back.
Huh? You're back? And your head's still screwed on? And you still have all your—
What does it look like? Way to keep your composure, Matt.
Excuse you. I am perfectly composed.
Glad you're okay. Yes, it's a huge relief.
Worry? Oh, yeah, right. You think we, the Fatui, were worried about you?
We were worried sick.
Hey!
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join this mission in whatever capacity you please. Much like your tea parties.
It's a laugh a minute.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me he would need no additional aid.
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so unequivocal, but in this case, we have—
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much had to just wait outside on standby. Meanwhile—
You didn't have to mention that.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed. You are a force to be reckoned.
Is he back? Is he really back? Traveler! It's really you! Oh, thank goodness! Paimon!
You can finally breathe easy, Paimon.
It's great to have you back in one piece! Oh, Paimon's been having nightmares the whole— Look at them. You know, once you reach my age, there's nothing better than watching—
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Ino and Anefa would be tearing up as well if they were here.
Varka? I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey, your eyes are looking a little red and puffed.
What? Ew, no! No, thank you. You're not my dad.
Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. But the silver lining, while I was being held captive, I learned a lot about Dotori's current capability.
The three moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dotori believes himself to be equal to the gods.
Utter blasphemy.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery. And I believe Miss Sandrone has something—
Called it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after a crumbly—
Our next step is to find a way to bring her back.
a place where time flows backwards, with no destination in sight. Surely it must have been created for a specific purpose.
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time, just traveling in the opposite direction. The question is, where does that path lead?
We considered that question as well. Strictly speaking, time is not infinite.
Indeed not. Every road has an end. Nicole! You sure lived quietly. I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our mages' tea parties. Quiet, You wonder what lies at the end of her road. Well, just as the world has a beginning and an end, so too does time. And so, the end of the road is the moment that... But where Miss Columbina will end up along this road, that depends on where this particular river of reverse time...
What about the original moons and the moon goddesses?
All things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the Dragon King Nibelung who... They were shadows of the planet, born to wield Nibelung's authority and But then one day, they disappeared just as suddenly as they had once been brought in. Like I thought. No more paths back to reality have emerged since. But how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track? I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for. The further I travel, the less stable this space becomes. There are even moments where I can sense they can just materialize out of thin air. Is that the rapier of Solnari?
You are the moon goddess. But how? Please, there's no need. I'm not...
I find that a little difficult to believe.
The way you used my own power against me was... And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this space...
Mr. Dainsleif.
Right. It was so... When I first got here, I was filled with how I cursed and devoured. I tore everything here apart, but to no avail. This is a place with no exit. This is the second time I've entered this space. Though I have no memory of the first. I was torn to shreds the moment I entered. But this time I survived. It must be partly because of this new body.
Are you the source of the abyssal power in here?
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here and tried to destroy everything. But there was already a degree of abyssal power here before I entered. And like a venomous snake baking in the merciless sun, it tried to slither into my shadow.
Tried to? So...
Yes.
What do you mean?
The voices in my head. They were gone. And then... I saw...
Her?
Thelindis. My... former lover.
Never mentioned that she saw a memory of Thelindis leaping into the moon's reflection.
More precisely, I saw her afterimage. I'm sure the real her is long gone. Anyway...
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate, my friends... What?
You'd like to know how I know. The one who resurrected me said so. Dottore. So that's what he's called. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time. I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the Abyss as I was, we were aligned as far as hunting the moons and recovering my strength were concerned.
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Krai. When I left the Fatui in my weakened state.
Moon Goddess, could I ask a favor of you?
What?
I know this is a lot to ask, especially from someone who tried to kill you. If you refuse, I won't fight it. But this is the only thing I desire now. Nothing.
What do you want?
I'd like you to take a message to Thelindis for me.
Thelindis? But...
Yes, she's dead. But like I said, I can sense that some part of her soul remains here. Far...
Why don't you go and speak to her yourself?
I can't. I don't know. All I can see is a glimpse of her walking away. Just in return, I will clear these abyssal obstacles for you. No, not in return. I'll clear them. Yeah. Why, indeed. I'm tired of it all. Tired of the... I think I grew tired of it long ago.
What do you wish to tell her?
All of it.
Is it okay if I give her the abridged version? Like the part where you relentlessly tried to kill us?
Love demands honesty. But we hid too much from each other.
I will do my...
There. The Abyss will no longer stand in your way.
Even though Mr. Dainsleif felt he had to fight you. He said that you betrayed him. But he also felt great remorse at never having understood what you were truly going through.
Why tell me this?
Because... if he'd known that someone could take a message to you...
Thank you. I know this will sound strange coming from me, but...
He kept his word. The Abyss is no longer obstructing my path. Is that Thelindis? She wasn't far off at all. And hello, Miss Thelindis.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
You can call me Columbina. I promised Rerir that I'd bring a message.
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's... doing
better than he was, huh? Sounds like he's had a...
Others have had a rough time on his account, too. In many cases. And I'm not just talking about the children of the Crimson Moon.
So, things got worse before they got...
Are you sure you wish to know?
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth. No matter how hard...
I admire your courage. However, time is short. Rerir had seeds of hatred in his heart, and many people nursed them for their own ends. On some level, everything, but in the end, he came to regret his mistakes. He wanted to apologize. Beyond that, he did not say specifically what it was he wished to convey, but I'm sure that you've always been on his mind. You are what has kept him going over all these years.
I'm sorry, Miss Columbina. This is so upsetting.
It's all right. I understand. Well, that's everything from me. So...
Wait. One moment. Time flows backwards here. The road ahead only leads further and further.
I know. I intend to reach the end of that road.
Without a moon marrow, without the 3 moons' power, you won't make it far. Wait, unless...
You could say that.
I see. I often think to myself, if life is like... And it's not just me, it's this whole place. Wherever it is, it seems like it's existed forever. It's such a mystery. Where is it going? I must seem so ridiculous. I can't answer these basic questions, and yet I jumped right... Thinking back, I was suddenly overcome with fear and terror in that moment. Perhaps I used to be a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum in Conria. Rerir was one of the Vinster King's retainers. With me, he was in an impossible position. I wanted to help him escape his lot in life. I wanted him to be happy. So I thought I'd use this place to return to the past. At the time, I thought I could just go back to the day that the Vinster King first found the princess. It was only after meeting the princess that the Vinster King started going too far with his research into the abyss. That was the day I couldn't kill the Vinster King himself, so I had to find another way to save Rerir. That's why I wanted to go. I'm sure it was a futile endeavor, but the abyss probably enhances the basest human desires. But I was simply too weak. Like a speck of dust against the whole universe. I know I'm never getting out of here, but you're different. You can make it, and I want to help you. I owe you that much.
How do you plan to help me?
Have you noticed the golden energy that exists here? Based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I can share what I've learned and help you understand the pattern in which this... I think you just might... Now, I know you will be able to change the past. Also, the documentation was scanned, but from what I know of the legends about the moons, I have no way of verifying any of it by this point. But it...
Understood. Thank you, Miss Delindis.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. If you hadn't entered this realm of everlasting... About Rerir,
It wasn't your fault.
That's not true. Because we both feared bringing trouble upon each other. But enough about that. I wish you a safe journey, Miss Columbina. And may the outside world never have to experience pain like this. Rerir, You're there, aren't... I cannot see you, because you exist in the future. I expect we'll be trapped in this prison of space-time for all eternity. But please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
How long have I been walking? How much further till I reach the end? Is there even an end to be found? Everything's getting blurry. Are you all right, little sister? Have you come from the distant future?
So, how exactly did the moons just disappear? Shouldn't it be a little harder?
The world is a vast and ancient place. On a certain...
Miss Nicole explained that the moon goddesses likely perished in the war of funerary flame.
Am I missing something then? 'Cause this...
Huh, you're right.
Why do their birthplaces differ? What's the difference between the two generations?
Also, remember what Sandrone said? Her scans detected 4 moons. In other words, 4...
Technically, the result of the scan means that 4 moon marrows were detected and positively identified as moons in that. In other words, this piece of information alone isn't enough for us to know how Miss Columbina is doing right now.
Yep. We have no way of staying up to date on whether she's dead or alive. She's on her own for now.
But at least she's trying her best to get back to us.
Yeah. She's a tough cookie. And a sore loser, too. We have to trust that, as much as it pains me to say it, we've got no chance of beating Dottore in a straight-up fight. That maniac is going to devour everything in his path until he reaches us. I'll be frank. Our only hope of defeating this false god is with a real moon goddess on our side. And I know that even she was no match for him when he attacked, but...
We're not giving up on saving her. Whether she can defeat Dottore...
Right. Don't worry, Miss Sandrone. We're all aligned on saving Columbina.
No one's trying to argue that we can only justify saving our friend because it will help save the world.
So... she's more than just...
Absolutely.
Duh! She's part of the gang! And you are too, you know.
Yes, I know. You don't need to labor the point. Anyway, as for how we get Columbina back, I've been working on it constantly. But I think I'd probably get there if I could continue my calculations, but the problem is...
Computing power? You mean, you need more energy?
No, the issue isn't energy, it's processing power. There's so much data to get through that the whole process has just ground to a halt.
That's a tricky problem.
René de Petrichor of the Nazissenkreuz Ordo once foretold the fate of the world. But I don't know how he did it. However, that won't work for me. His methodology was vastly different from my own. What's worse, they're incompatible. And to top it all off, this is so annoying. If I'd known we'd run into a bottleneck like this. Well, no, the design bureau's a bust as well.
Oh, what do we do then? How about we grab a bite?
You don't get it, do you? I'm trying to calculate the fate of an entire... And I need accurate results, not vague prophecies. Where the Anyway, time to shelve the discussion on technical...
Either way, we've done what we can. Rest well, everyone. Remember to let us know.
Hat guy? Is he hinting that we should talk outside?
Let's go somewhere a little more private. You know that Dory went back to Sumeru, right?
Yeah, she mentioned she was planning to head...
Things aren't looking good for Krai. She's gone to spread the word so that Sumeru, from what I know of Dottore, there are two possible reasons why he hasn't made a move yet. One is that he's still working through some kinks in his new powers. The other is, he'll easily devour everything eventually. So I guess he's in... The first false god he made was me. Now it's his turn. He once told me that becoming a god was like turning yourself into a hungry wolf or giant serpent. He's always wanted to get his greedy hands on divine... In the desert of Sumeru, there is a chessboard built by King Deshret, also known as... But creating games and setting rules. Gods do... Now he has the Trilunar Authority. His power is leagues beyond the common people. Either way, Dory will inform Lesser Lord Kusanali. The Seven will have some recourse available. If nothing else, their protection So on the bright side, even if Krai is doomed, your friends in other nations won't be in any immediate peril.
That's good to know. But I'm not ready to give up on Nod...
There's a word for people who refuse to let anything go. It's called being greedy.
Maybe it sounds greedy to you. And probably naive too. But whatever you call it, battles are fleeting. But the will to fight is a long-term commitment. Give up for even...
Why do you always feel the need to do the right thing? No one is born to be a savior. I mean, who's gonna criticize you if you fail or give up?
Don't take this the wrong way, but Dottore said something similar to me.
Not necessarily. It's less about belief for me.
You look kinda worried.
If your arch-nemesis was about to achieve their ultimate goal, I think you might feel a little worried too.
That's true. Dottore is about to become an Still, you're calmer than I expected.
Obviously. I have to admit that my past self was a reckless fool who misunderstood not only the point of revenge, but how to achieve it. And as much as I want my vengeance, I know I'm not gonna get it by acting alone. If the world's taught me anything, it's to think. Too bad it never taught me any other virtues, though. So,
what's your plan?
I'll get to that. First, tell me.
Just like Paimon said,
How much do you trust her? This is a serious question. Think?
Although she's with the Fatui, she has her own values, and she's helped us a lot. If nothing else, I see no reason not to trust her.
If you say so. In that case, the three of us need to talk. I have some thoughts about her computing problem. It can be solved, but it will...
How much? If I can afford it, I'll cover it.
Sometimes your heroism really backs me into a corner. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Miss Androne, Traveler.
Hey there.
Paimon's here too! She was just helping them sort through their things. How did your chat go?
That was fast. The call only just ended.
Well, you said it was urgent, so we got...
Albedo, I have some alchemy questions for you.
I see. Looks like my knowledge proved useful. If I might ask, what is the end goal for the modified formula you'll be using?
I needed to predict the future of the entire world. but I've run into some teething issues since...
I see. I'll have a look at it. Still, computing power is the real issue here. How do you plan to solve it?
About that... it's been sorted.
Oh, with the Traveler's help?
Actually, you're not wrong. He found the person with the solution.
Was it Hat Guy?
Yeah, it was him.
Wow! Go Hat Guy! Seems like all that time studying at the academia is
But where is he? Wasn't he the one who asked Albedo and I to...
Come with me.
Hat Guy? What's happened?
Hat Guy! Can you hear us? No response. I guess he's in hibernation.
Hat Guy mentioned that he was a puppet. It seems that I presume this has something to do with the solution to your computing problem.
That's right. He and the Traveler came to see me. Wait, what? You have a solution?
Would you calm down? Why do you always react so hysterically to everything?
Excuse me? How would you know?
Oh, please. It doesn't take that long to...
Where does a mere student get that kind of
I've actually published more papers than you. Not that status counts for much. Even Paimon's applied for academia admission.
Huh? Are you serious?
See? This is why I can't be bothered to explain myself.
Okay, fine. I'll hear you out. So, tell me, how do you propose?
This world itself is constantly processing all kinds of information. If it's the world's future, you're...
Easier said than done. Only Irminsul can handle that kind of... Wait, is that what you're suggesting? But
You should be able to tell that I'm not human, right?
Yeah, I noticed. The technology, though, seems pretty...
Conrian, to be precise. I'm what they would have... Puppets need an energy source and processing power. The artisans who built them sought out the materials most...
You? Do you mean...
The Traveler and I have talked it over. He's willing to vouch for you. It was built using wood from a silver-white tree.
Conrian technology and Irminsul wood. Who in the world? Are you sure about this? A puppet without its core will cease functioning completely. And...
I can put two and two together, yes. No need to rub it in.
I won't lie to you. This has never been done before. I can't...
Doesn't matter. I'm prepared for...
Did you two actually talk this through? Is he...
Yes, we discussed it. The bottom line is, he trusts me, and Let's give it a shot, shall we?
Honestly, I have no clue where this kid even came from. But for whatever reason, he lent me his core to use in my formula. I'm very close to finishing my calculations now, and the core is currently in use. This is what the core looks like.
A silver-white branch. It certainly matches the legends told about Irminsul.
Is Hat Guy gonna be okay?
He's not gonna die, right?
In theory, he should be fine. As long as beyond that, all I can say is that I'll try my best to avoid risk and make sure the core does...
I think I know why you called us here now. Someone needs to watch over his body.
Correct. He said that the only ones he trusts here are you two, and the Traveler.
He will have our undivided attention.
Aww, Hat Guy.
On a more positive note, things are progressing steadily on my end. I'll call everyone...
The worst-case scenario with the core removal is either a system reset or a total loss of function. A core is completely different from a heart. It's like another vital organ entirely. I never believed, but in the end, it turns out the core was more useful to me. Do you think there's any difference between a puppet and a human? If not, then this would just be another samsara. I have already experienced both a past life and a next life. Part of me wonders whether I'm only capable of making this decision because I've become a real human. What's with that expression? Isn't this...
Sandrone will succeed, won't she? She has to.
She will. We all have to persevere until this is over.
That's right. And I'll protect you all until the moment of victory arrives.